a giraffe. It looks so ridiculous. I wanted to laugh, but giraffes can't talk, so how can they laugh? Whoever saw a giraffe laugh? Don't you just love
Hello, YouTubers. Sign 543 in the hayos. Anyway, today I just wanted to talk to you about being a vegetarian. I'm a vegetarian, in case you didn't know, and let me tell you, I just love being a vegetarian. It's such a liberating experience. You should try it sometime. As they say, once you go vegetarian, you'll never go bacterian. So that's not a real saying, but I'm kind of hoping it'll catch on. But I really do just love being a vegetarian. I just love it more than anything. Well, not anything, but definitely more than balancing a bowl of vomit on my head, but I don't know what made me think of that. It's just so fulfilling and so fun to peer down on all the unenlightened meat eaters. By peer down, I mean I eat all my vegetables on the roof of my house. My neighbors say I'm crazy, but I suspect they're just plagued by stupidity brought on by eating meat. Eating meat causes stupidity. It's true. The Surgeon General put out a report. Okay, there was no report, but my dad did tell me that eating meat causes stupidity. So I know it's true. And my dad is no liar, no matter what the IRS says. No. Okay, he didn't really say that, but he did call the butcher down the block a meat slicing dipshit because he found a rodent hair in the corned beef we got, but I could read between the lines. I knew what he meant. If you don't know what a vegetarian is, it's a person who does not eat meat. Like me, I don't eat meat. I am 100% meat. Not one piece of meat gets in this belly. I do chew it though. That's a hard habit to break, really. I just, chew it and chew it and chew it and chew it and chew it to get that beefy, meaty flavor that meat has, you know what I mean? Except for chicken, that tastes like something else. I'm sure you know what that tastes like. Chicken, hello. Except, of course, if it's a Cornish hen and you accidentally leave it out in your sink for 2 days while you go off on holiday and then you come home thinking that somebody died in your house. I've never done that, but maybe you know someone who has. I'm sure that tastes completely different. As I was saying, I do chew it, but I don't swallow it, and I think you'll agree that that's what really matters. Boy, you should have seen that big old piece of meat I had last night. Since I don't swallow it, and thus don't eat it, I can have other fun with it. I just love to grip it in my teeth and just wiggle my head back and forth like I'm some big predator in Africa or the Serengeti where I've just taken down a gazelle or a zebra. Don't you just hate seeing those shows on TV where they show a leopard or a cheeto who's taken down a deer or something? That's just so sad. But I think those animals are kind of stupid. I mean, if they were watching the shows I'm watching, they would know that, you can't live there. There's leopards and lions. They should move to somewhere like, I don't know, San Diego. Not the urban areas. There's a lot of drive-by shootings, so they might want to rethink that. Move to the suburbs. I just gripped it in my teeth and I wiggled it back and forth like this, and then I let out this huge primal rebel yell. I was very careful not to let any of the juice down my throat. I don't eat meat. And then I just spit it out just like that. Of course, now I can never go back to that grocery store, but I did offer to pay for it. I mean, I'm no criminal, but they just threatened to call the cops, the idiots. I really think it had more to do with the fact that I was wearing that Speedo and the leg warmers. And I'll explain why that is. I was on my way back from LA Fitness, because LA Fitness is like the best place to work out if you're gonna work out. I have been working out regularly since I joined last month. I wanted to use that machine that would make my neck bigger than my head, but, I couldn't find it. The treadmill's fun too. They say to start off slow, but, I know how to do that. I just turn it on full blast, I get on and go,
run, as fast as you can. You can't touch me, I'm the Woopeee.
They say the key is on the treadmill is to get your heart pumping really fast. You need that cardio workout. So what I'm doing is I get on the thing, I turn on full blast, and I go shooting right into the wall. Just get your heartbeat really fast. I didn't actually join, but I do exercise in the parking lot, peering through the window so I can keep up. But the judge finally told me that I can't stand the parking lot wearing that Speedo and leg warmers. So now I just sit in my car and do the exercises. That's difficult. The jumping jacks didn't work out at all, and the first time I tried to do a power sit-up, I knocked myself out on the steering wheel. Also, I didn't have any dumbbells. I did see this guy walk by who looked kind of stupid, but I asked him to help me out, but he just said go to hell. So I had to find some modified versions of the exercises. Like when you do that bicycle riding thing where you're on your back and you stick your feet in the air and do the cycles, I now just stick my legs through my sunroof. The car didn't actually come with a sunroof, so I finally got some use out of that power saw my grandma bought me last year. Of course, my neighbor wasn't happy when I returned his car with a new sunroof in it, but we eventually worked it out in small claims court, so, all is well that ends well. Oh, and I just love going to those vegetarian animal rights activist rallies. Those are really a blast. It's really nice to get together with people who have a shared interest like you. The last one I attended, we were all just in this huge march for animal rights activists, and we all just linked arms, and I began to shout, "We're here! We're queer! Get used to it!" they just kept yelling at me and hitting me with picket signs and saying I was at the wrong damn rally, but you know, they don't fool me a bit. I know that vegetarians aren't allowed to get married. I saw Katie Lang on that talk show the other day. She's a vegetarian and said so. I'm no dummy.
Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curds and whey. When along came a spider and sat down beside her and said, "What's in the bowl, bitch?"